Say now.
Alright. There we go. Perfect, okay.
Okay, I got it.
I'm just making sure. Okay, good, we're recording. Wonderful. Let's angle into you a little bit more so I can maybe be in this one. So, what brings you in here today? My name's Lindsay, and what's your name?
Taylor.
It's very nice to meet you, and what can I do for you today?
I want to talk about my relationship with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have quite a good relationship, and I'm really happy with our relationship. But I think there's one thing that we always seem to argue about, and that's sort of when I am around her, she seems to always want to talk to me about like what I need to do, sort of like giving me instructions, and this can be quite tiresome for me.
So, just so you know, like we're going to be talking about the interpersonal model today, and basically it says in this, relationships cause feelings, and these positive relationships are going to cause positive feelings, but negative relationships are going to cause us to feel a little more negative feelings.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you some feedback about and look at a pattern in your other relationships. I know we're building one slowly, so we're going to see if there's a way I can find some patterns in the other. And hopefully at the end of this, you'll be able to use what you learned from our relationship and our interaction in your other relationships, especially with your mom, to try and implement this and maybe make some positive changes. And you were telling me about, how it feels like maybe she's trying to tell you more about what you should be doing as opposed to asking you what you're really doing and how these are making you feel.
Yeah.
Do you maybe want to tell me a little bit more about how this is causing a problem and maybe what you might want to say to her to try and change this?
Yeah, I guess I think the fact that she is very instructive with me, it kind of makes me feel that I want to be talking to her about other things. I don't want to talk about instructions and what I need to do. I think it sort of makes me frustrated with her a little bit.
I understand. And it seems like when you're talking about it now, like you seem very calm and relaxed about it, but I can also tell you're slightly antsy when it comes to it, so I can tell this is maybe the interactions making you slightly discussing it about her, which I can completely. So how is it that it makes you feel? Does she do this around other people, or is it when you're alone?
Both, I think. Both. Yeah.
That makes sense. Mothers can do that sometimes.
Yeah.
They like to point out things, misgivings. My mom does the same thing. So it's let's see. So you're saying that she is making you feel just a little bit maybe out of place in the interaction, and is trying to. You maybe feel like she's not giving you the chance to do these things yourself. Would that be an adequate description?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely would agree with that.
Okie dokie. So it's I'm just trying to see if we're having a positive. Do you feel anxious right now in our interaction? Do you think there are ways that you can maybe try and bring this like calm, because you seem very relaxed and like you're ready to discuss and that you really want to change this?
Yeah, definitely do, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So maybe you should try implementing the is it easy to discuss these things with your mother openly, or does she get slightly defensive when you're discussing
I think,
this?
she gets defensive with me when I do try to. I think she just wants to be. I think it's hard for her to change the way she is, the way she talks to me. And I think it's difficult for me to express to her also what I think about it. So
no, I completely understand. Well, I think a good way, there are two ways that might be good for you to approach this with her. First of all, if she does get slightly defensive, which is what it seems to me, maybe writing a letter. You don't have to, this will be a good starter for you if you're having any issues addressing her. Maybe, sorry about that, maybe just write down some things that you want to discuss with her. You don't ever have to give this to her. It's, we call it the letter that you don't send. Just write down the things that you want to go over. And then that way, when you are ready to talk to her about this and approach it more directly, you have something that these are the things you want to discuss, and it'll keep emotion and everything out of it and keep you both maybe in a cool place. And use the I statements. I feel this way when you, you know, I feel bad when you discuss these things about me. Just things like that, and it makes it so she's understanding that you're coming from, this is a personal issue, and I think she'll be really receptive to it. If you're saying, you know, because she's your mother, I know she probably loves you. So it's nice that it's, you know, these are coming from a good place.
Yeah.
And she'll be receptive of that, I think. And I feel like we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah,
Are there any other things that you want to discuss? Any questions you might have?
No, I think we covered it all. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Well, I look forward to seeing you again,
Yeah.
and hopefully those work out.
Sounds good.
All right, let's try and close it up.